Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMtrading. Today is January 12, 2021, and today is Tuesday morning. Now, looking at the highlights of the day, oil trading higher, challenging that resistance-ish level. But first, looking at the economic events of the day, nothing major scheduled for today. But in terms of news events, we don't want any more drama coming out of the United States. However, starting out with the Forex symbols, we're watching the British pound gain versus the US dollar. The other major pairs pretty much tapering off. Now, looking at the indices, the Dow Jones fights back yesterday after selling off 300 points and then gaining back those 300 points. The NASDAQ for sure weakens, and that's really on the back of the stocks. Now, looking at commodities, gold bounces higher yesterday after consolidating that area-ish level, and oil pushing higher once again. Now, looking at the stocks, it's a mixed bag. The bank stocks have been very strong, while the tech stocks have weakened, especially Twitter and Facebook, in perhaps some retaliatory measures from President Trump. If that's going to happen on the next week, who knows? But the stocks are getting beat up. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin regains back 50%. That's a major mark, but we're going to take a look at that and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to start here with the Euro USD actually, as it does look like it's perking up this morning. If we look at it right here, it does look like it's challenging this 121.72-ish level after consolidating at this 121.35. That's a 50 to 40 pip range for all intents and purposes. But if you do see some breakout here, it might be getting a little bit interesting, which means the dollar is going to weaken versus the Euro USD. Now, jumping into the GBP USD, this is really the catalyst, okay? Because this is the one that is carrying us higher, 135.66 right now. Something to consider later today. Now, jumping into commodities, because that's really where it's been. We consolidated yesterday at this 1831-ish level, and now we're pushing up higher, okay? As you can see here, 1861. We do have a little bit of a resistance-ish area, okay? But all intents and purposes, this is really just trading in a range, okay? The upper range, obviously, 1958, and right now, the lower range at 1831. So something to consider today. If that does get closer to this 1877, that is a significant resistance-ish level. Now, jumping into oil, which has been very interesting as it's really inching up higher, 52.73. This is its highs since we've seen it trade from 34 back in October up to 52.73. So this is all intents and purposes on its dead highs. So if it does break out above the 53, we do have resistance at 60. That's the next level. So just be aware of that as that continues to rally. Now, looking at the Dow Jones. Dow Jones yesterday just trickled down yesterday, capitulating at supportish level at 30,679. As you can see here, we have that support level set up. And we rallied right back to 30,900-ish level. Okay, we do have some significant resistance-ish area at this 31,100-ish level. So we have another 100 points on the upside before we hit resistance. Looking at the NASDAQ though, dead. It sold off and didn't really bounce here, trading at 12,936. Now, this has really been reflective of all the tech stocks. Okay, so let's discuss them and let's look them up. Apple getting beaten up 126, but really the major player getting beaten up is Facebook. Okay, as it's taken off Donald Trump permanently from its website, and you see that perhaps there'll be some retaliatory measures from the president, but seeing how he only has another 8 days in office, I don't really think that he has the power to do anything. Just the street reacting negatively to it. 254 is the price level that we're trading right now. That is a supportish area. So I do expect some sort of turnaround later today. Amazon also sold off down to 31. But all intents and purposes, these stocks have been trading really in a very, very tight range. Now, jumping into JP Morgan, this is very strong, okay? 138. We're right back to where we were a year ago. Unbelievable. Tremendous opportunities to trade this, buy this, sell this, open this, on every effect. So we do have some resistance-ish level at this 140. So just keep that in mind going into today's trading. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin, this has really been the one. Okay, we did retrace from our 41,000 down to 31,000, and now we're about 35,584, which is midpoint. Okay, that's normal. Okay, for us to have this massive rally on the upside and then this retracement, and after the retracement to bounce about 50% is normal, okay? What I do anticipate perhaps is that we'll be trading in a range, okay? Especially if we don't push above this 35,500-ish level, okay? We'll be trading in a range between, I believe, 35,500-ish level and 365, okay? For all intents and purposes, we're still, just consolidating and absorbing this information as it's made new highs into the year. So, a lot of volatility in this, a lot of opportunities during the day, especially if you're scalping it. There have been some amazing moves. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day.